This coming weekend will finally see the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament. Now, this is very exciting. It will happen at the Empress Ballroom on this Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and 15th of January, and it's going to be live on the WWE Network. An amazing opportunity for British wrestling. I want to give my thoughts really on the tournament, but first I will go through the brackets. We have the brackets right in front of me because we now know the final field in this tournament. We now know the final 16. There's been a couple of people who didn't quite make it. Tiger Ali, Jack Stars amongst them. Those who were initially announced, but for whatever reason, they haven't made it into the final tournament. So firstly, on the left-hand side of the bracket, we have Tyler Bate versus Tucker. The winner of that match will face the winner of Jordan Devlin versus Danny Burch. Trent Seven will face H.C. Dyer. The winner of that match will face Wolfgang versus Tyson T-Bone. A piece of a little bit of kind of recent history. Trent Seven and Wolfgang main evented one of the co-main events, because the other was Joe Coffey versus Kurt Angle, the recent ICW Fear and Loathing 9 event at the Hydro in Glasgow. Trent Seven challenged Wolfgang for his ICW Heavyweight Championship and actually lost the match because he, with brass knuckles, punched Wolfgang when both were straddling on the top of the steel cage, causing Wolfgang to fall through several tables, but end up the victor because he had escaped the cage. A little bit of history may repeat itself then if those two gentlemen can make their way through the first round into the second round, where the winner of those two matches will face each other again. Trent Seven versus H.C. Dyer. The winner of that will face Wolfgang versus Tyson T-Bone match winner. On the right hand side of the bracket, we have a great competitor, Mark Andrews versus Dan Maloney. The winner of that match will face the winner of James Drake versus Joseph Connors. We have Pete Dunne versus Roy Johnson. And the final first round match, the winner, of course, will face either Pete Dunne or Roy Johnson. It's Saxon Huxley versus Sam Gradwell. So that's the first round and kind of the second round matches. Obviously, these are going to be, I think their show is probably going to be about 2 hours, considering the number of matches they have to do. I estimate it I think it may be similar to like the Dusty Classic, like 15-minute time limit on these matches. They would have to do that because I think a couple of these matches might end up being a little bit quick, a little bit not of too much time. But overall, I genuinely think this is a great opportunity for British wrestlers, like I said, and the reason is because like Finn Balor said on the WWE Network preview, it's about an 18-minute video that WWE put up, really looking at the press conference, the announcement of this tournament, and then looking at quickly a couple of the competitors in the tournament. WWE used to be, Finn Balor says this kind of flying unicorn, and it really did. It really used to be the almost the impossible dream for many British wrestlers, that you'd have to be 6'5", 200 to 300 pound to make it to WWE, or even to get a look at WWE. Obviously, they're more open now, but WWE are certainly really looking at the British talent scene right now. Part of the reason that is happening, and part of the reason why I think this tournament is happening, is because of the major British influence that WWE has at this time. When you look at the superstars, you're talking the likes of Sheamus, Finn Balor, Nikki Cross, Noam Dar, Killian Dane, who is formerly known as Damien O'Connor. He's just changed his name this week. Hopefully he'll be on the WWE website soon. He's still not there, and it kind of annoys me. Big fan of Damo. Been great to see him live so many times here in Scotland. He's the Beast of Belfast. Hopefully he will be on the WWE website very soon. It seems apparently he is part of the Sanity group in NXT now. WWE are so influenced in the superstars and the coaching staff as well. You've got guys like Norman Smiley, William Regal, Robbie Brookside, and of course Triple H, one of the real guys that is really pushing for this change in WWE and this new talent initiatives. He was mentored by William Regal, considers Regal a great mentor and a great friend, so it's great to see, use the word great too many times, but it's fantastic, genuinely good to see British talent get an opportunity at this level. To see a major company like WWE actually interested, hopefully genuinely interested in this. And I know some people have the complaints, some say, oh, this is WWE trying to just steal the best of our talent. Hopefully, we'll have more talents coming through in the world of British wrestling. Hopefully, the younger guys can see all this, get inspired that they've got the opportunity to make it to WWE or to get noticed by a major company, whether it be WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, any company around the world. They may have an opportunity to make some money, get themselves out there, even if the dream finally is to make it to WWE. Sometimes going to a place like New Japan, a lot of independence work. We see it with Killian Dane. We saw it especially with Finn Balor, Nikki Cross, Noam Dar. All of these people, not so much Noam Dar because he's very young, but they travelled. They travelled all over. They finally got noticed. Finally have the opportunity in the company. Also, in the press conference, Triple H stated that he kind of sees this as perhaps this championship anchoring a live, well, at least a weekly WWE television program. I don't know what they would call it, but let's just for now call it WWE UK. Now, WWE UK, could we really see a live, at least a weekly taped program in the vein of WWE 205 or WWE NXT? I'd say it's a possibility. We've seen it rumoured for many, many years that this could be a possibility. That WWE might set up different companies and territories in different areas of the world. Like WWE UK and then maybe WWE Germany, WWE France, WWE Australia. It's long been rumoured. I'm not entirely sure whether it would happen, and obviously if it did happen, the big top talents from WWE Germany and WWE Australia and WWE UK would most likely eventually be promoted to the main WWE roster, because that would obviously be the way it worked. The main roster would still be in America. If that happens, if the UK, even for a short time, if interest wanes but on WWE's behalf or on the public's behalf, if we do get any sort of television program, even if it's just simply on the WWE network, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see it tour as well. I'd like to see it come to cities and towns where we don't normally get WWE. And I know some people always complain, well, why don't you travel? You're the people capable of traveling. You could go to the Londons, the Manchesters, the Sheffields, the places that get WWE events. But there are lots of places that don't get WWE events that have great fan bases. Here in Dundee, there's going to be a great event here in Dundee on January 28th at the Adler Complex, SWE's Guerrilla Warfare, featuring Grado. That's going to be a great show, and I'm really looking forward to that. Tickets on sweonline.co.uk. I'm looking forward to that show. It's going to be good. And there's lots of independent promotions across the UK doing some great shows. But, I would like to see them come to places like here in Dundee. There's some great venues. There's a new sports centre that's possibly it's in the planning stages right now. Hopefully it'll be approved and hopefully it'll go ahead. A lot of stuff going on about that, but it seems the project right now is definitely going ahead, and that could be a great place. Like even small places like school gym halls, bring WWE to the roots of fans. Places like Dundee or Perth, Inverness, even places like Preston, places like Blackpool, other places that don't really get a WWE full-size event. I would love it, because it would be a great way of WWE along with independent promotions, and that's one thing I've also been thinking about this championship. I'll get to the moment, but it's kind of take WWE to the grassroots of fans. Allow those fans like myself who can't afford a lot of money to go to a WWE event, because if I went, I wouldn't want to be right in the rafters, pretty much watching it from far, far away. I'd rather be, if I had the money to spend it, to be quite close to the action so I could actually see what's going on. Those were like myself who don't have the money, especially some of the prices of WWE tickets, to go to a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam. Take it real, take WWE in it's WWE but in a UK way. Take it right to the grassroots of fans, and I say work with the independent promotions to do that. So you're not shunning people out, because some people do that and it's really ridiculous when they do that. Also, one of the ways I've been thinking about this championship tournament, again, we don't know how long this will last. This may last for this year. They may abandon the title sometime next year or next couple of years. We don't know. We really don't know what the future is, and whether this will actually be an ongoing championship title, because there's obviously no official announcement as of yet of any WWE UK television program. Again, I would love to see it touring. But one of the things I'd also like to see is, if the I like to see that whoever the champion is, I would like to see this championship, even if they do get a television program, I would like to see WWE employ the champion and have them tour around independent promotions as well. If they don't, especially if they don't do the television program, say, or even if they do, because they'll only be taping what, a couple of episodes a month, probably. The probably would be like NXT. They film a couple of episodes and then it's shown over the next couple of weeks. Perhaps have the UK Championship of WWE like the NWA Championship in days gone by, where the champion would tour. So the champion can go to various independent promotions, whether it be like SWE, ICW, Discovery Wrestling, WrestleZone. Again, some Scottish promotions, and there's like Preston, there's Progress, there's various different organisations. You can have that champion touring across the UK, again bringing WWE to the fans, and it could be as simple as a recognisable UK name like Wolfgang, Trent Seven, Danny Burch, Mark Andrews, James Drake, Joseph Connors, Roy Johnson, whoever, even if it could be somebody outside the tournament, the WWE, approaches to take the championship off whoever wins it. Because obviously the championship, if it is an ongoing championship like that, I would imagine eventually, of course, it would have to change hands. So WWE could employ one or two independent wrestlers maybe to go around the UK and the different various independent promotions, which would be good for the independent promotion. You get somebody of prestige going into their company. They may not need to pay full price because WWE is paying the guy. They could always sell WWE merchandise, WWE authorised T-shirts of the championship or themselves. I would, that would kind of be good, because I think that was one of the kind of ways that the especially they would certainly do it these days. If the NWA champion, because you see it all the time. Recently, Cody Rhodes was here in Dundee. He he was selling 8x10s. There was some mix up with the match, but if he was selling like T-shirts and that, you get normally when you get a big star, they always bring at least they always sell 8x10s or T-shirts or photographs with them. You always have to pay extra for that. But that is one thing that maybe that could be good. WWE works with with various independent promotions and have their United Kingdom champion tour all the various promotions again, bringing WWE to the root fans, to the fans who attend the independent shows, who may watch, of course, WWE already, but it's a way for WWE to connect with those grassroots fans and approach these fans who don't. Myself, unfortunately, I have never made a WWE show. Been at a TNA show once, but never made it to a WWE show. Guys like myself make kind of touch base with WWE fans in that way. But this tournament, I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a great opportunity for worldwide fans to tune into the WWE Network and see what British wrestling is all about. There's some talented wrestlers in it: Wolfgang, Trent Seven, Tyson Tebow, and Mark Andrews. Great talent in this tournament. I know the timing's going to be, time wise, it's going to be a little bit awkward for fans in other places, parts of the world, but it will all go on demand. But I'm really excited about this tournament. Hopefully, it'll be great. and certainly I'll be talking about the tournament next week.